There may be a slight audio issue because I left my headphones in the other room. As you can tell, we have beautiful sunlight again. I am going to fix a thing really quick. You may not hear me, so just hold up. I'm getting annoyed with the camera, losing focus. It's driving me a little bit crazy, so I just went ahead and set that to static instead of dynamic. That just means that it's not going to try and refocus. My hand will always stay out of focus, but at least my face will always stay in focus. A little bit sad today, Chad. It's been an interesting day. So to start things off, overslept, have no idea how. I set an alarm for 7 in the morning. Don't remember that going off. I went to bed at midnight last night. I went to bed early, which I also got up very early. I got up at like 7. So, fair enough. I went to sleep and I slept great and then slept through the alarm. I woke up with the call from Jordan and he was like, dude, he's like, they told me that we could have a meeting and that I should drive down there. And I explained to them, well, I'm about an hour away. I'm in the next town over. So please, tell me the truth. Are we actually going to sit down and have a meeting this time? Because that's what he tried to do yesterday when they called the cops on him. They called him a couple of times, or they called him once. He told them that he couldn't make it on a certain day. And then his boss called him, not the higher up supervisors, but his boss called him and said, hey, they've taken you off the schedule. So he tried to call them. They either wouldn't answer the phone or they wouldn't give it to somebody who was important. So he drove down there the day before he was supposed to have an in-person meeting just to talk to them. And when he showed up, now this is his story. I don't know how accurate this is. So this is like third hand, but apparently they told him that the supervisor wasn't there, even though he physically saw the supervisor. It would be like, say, me and you, me, Jack, and Extra, right, are in a building together. And Extra is working the front desk, but I need to come talk to Jack, right? And I see Jack in a back hallway quickly go into their office and close the door, right? And then I look back at Extra and I'm like, yeah, I need to talk to Jack. Sorry, Jack isn't here today. But I literally just saw him. You need to leave. But no, you guys have taken me off the schedule. You haven't even called me and told me, like, am I fired? Or are you just making a schedule change? Are you moving me to a new place? What's going on? Sir, we're going to call the cops. And then at that point, I get angry, right? I'm not breaking shit and yelling at anybody. I'm just like, no, I need to talk to Jack. Now, I know that Jack is here. I literally just saw him. Why would you even lie about it? I literally just, so it's like a scene out of Anger Management with Adam Sandler, right? And they called the cops. So he went outside after they refused to speak to him and he sat in his car and he waited for the cops to show up, supposedly, something along those lines. It gets a little fuzzy when it gets to the cops, the story does. But apparently they spoke to the higher ups. They spoke to him. The cops told him he needed to go, but they didn't arrest him or anything. Like, he didn't get in any serious trouble at all. So I managed to get a hold of him either that night or this morning. And they said, yes, you can come in for the meeting. We will talk with you. And he was like, are you sure? Because the last time I was there, you called the cops on me. And they're like, no, we're going to have a meeting. You can come in. He was like, no, but are you really, truly sure? Because I'm an hour away. I have to drive an hour out there in order to talk to you guys. I don't want to make the trip if it's for nothing. So he drives an hour out there and immediately Extra working the front desk says, no, I'm going to call the cops. You need to go. And at that point I would be like, but Jack literally called me and said, hey, we need to come down and have a meeting. If you don't leave, we're going to call the cops. And so at that point, I'm just like, you know what? They've already called the cops once. I don't want to deal with the cops 2 times in a row. It's going to be really, really hard to explain myself the second time around. Why am I back? Right? It becomes a he said, she said sort of situation. And it's just not worth it. So I leave. Right? That's what the story was to me. That's how it was. That was how it was told to me. So what you have to understand is that in a lot of lines of work, they will purposefully avoid correspondence, that is communicating through text and email. Because at least where I live, it's actually illegal to record someone speaking. Like the audio is what gets you in trouble. If you're in a public space, right, you can kind of get away with it. But if you're in a place that is, say, privately owned, like I go into a Target or a Kroger or a Walmart or something, recording a video of someone else generally won't get you in trouble. There's not a whole lot because there's no reasonable suspicion of privacy in a place like that, right? But if I record audio of them, I can get in trouble. You have to be very careful about recording audio. You can get into a lot of shit, especially in my field with a lot of HIPAA, right? Like our clients are protected. Their information is protected, right? So you have to be very, very careful about that sort of thing. So if you're in a shady situation with somebody, you know it by virtue of the fact that they want to speak only. There's no text, no email. HIPAA, H-I-P-P-A, pretty sure. It's basically just like Health Information Privacy Act. It basically says that our client's health information is confidential. We actually have to like sign documentations stating that we understand we're going to have access to this person's health information and we're not allowed to share it with anybody who isn't authorized to have that information. So generally, other than a person's family or their healthcare providers like doctors, we can't talk about it. We're not allowed to, right? So it's a sketchy situation. There's not a whole lot of like texts or documents. There's not really a paper trail that helps my buddy out at all. In fact, the paper trail works against him because only the half of the story that would get him in trouble has a paper trail. So he's actually kind of screwed on that. What happened was he used one client's money to buy things for another client, which you're not allowed to do. You're absolutely not allowed to do that. Now, was he being nefarious? Was he trying to exploit somebody? No, actually, he was just trying to get someone like a hamburger or something. But still, you're not allowed to do it. And also, to be fair, he reimbursed that money. That money was reimbursed almost immediately. He protested, but he did. He reimbursed that money. So no money was taken away from anybody except him. He's the only person who came out negative in this situation. But yeah, it's crazy how all of that ended up happening. I'm being super vague. Obviously, I'm not going to say where I work, who I work for. The only name I'm going to share related to this particular story is Jordan, because you know who Jordan is. You don't know what his last name is. So I guess you could dig really deep and figure out stuff, but it would all be stuff that anybody could hear. Now, that's the story he told me. There may be more to it that I'm not privy to. But that's the story he told me, and most of it was confirmed to a degree. And there even was an agreement that it was him being absent-minded, not him being nefarious. He wasn't trying to be malicious. He just was a dummy and did dumb things, and the dumb things got him in trouble. So yeah, it's just interesting. So that was like the first thing I dealt with was him calling to vent. And then my employer calling me to have a meeting, but the meeting actually mostly had nothing to do with that. It mostly had to do with a completely separate situation, unique to me and the people I take care of. But there was like the little caveat at the end of the meeting. So have you heard about blah, blah, blah? And yeah, I didn't really grill them. I did sort of hint at some things, but I am not in a financial situation where I can afford to piss off my boss. So I did point out that I used to be this person's boss and that I didn't have these issues, which is kind of a hint that, listen, if you're experiencing these issues, but I did not, then something about our management styles is very different. Because when I was this person's boss, I did not have any kind of issue like this. There wasn't a constant back and forth. We weren't calling each other all the time. We weren't getting on each other's nerves. I mean, we did like kind of go at it a couple times, but it was generally mutual and understood that we weren't trying to be asses. We were just trying to figure shit out. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Ah, see, it's got two A's instead of two P's. But yeah, I feel very bad for him. And he's young. He's never been fired before. It's the first time he's ever been fired, which I have. Of course, I've been fired. I suck. But I had to kind of like walk him through the steps of, all right, man, listen. The first thing you need to do is apply for unemployment. And if you have a case, they have to pay you like 70% of your wages until you find another job. You have to prove that you're looking for a job, but that shouldn't be difficult because you are. Like he immediately started putting in applications on Indeed and stuff. I said, so you're probably going to be fine. I am so, wait. Is this all video game? Is this DCS? I feel like that's DCS jargon. I'm guessing that you were in a 2-seater aircraft and the backseater had to eject. I don't know what RTB and Fetch Jester means, but I love that you're LARPing in chat. I approve. Tomcat, one of my favorites. Isn't that the F-18? F-18? No, F-18 is the Hornet, isn't it? Hang on. I used to know my planes, chat. I used to know my planes, but it's been a minute. F-14, yeah. The F-14 Tomcat, the F-15 Eagle, the F-18 Hornet, I'm pretty sure. I used to know a lot of these. I was obsessed with jet aircraft when I was a kid, which is a weird thing, but I absolutely was. Is it really? That's kind of interesting. That's actually kind of interesting because Apache is also a helicopter. So apparently the Apache helicopter, right, has a hosting framework from the F-14 Tomcat. What does EE stand for? I used to know what that stood for. Is that like JavaScript to something something? Enterprise Edition, okay. So I totally misread that acronym. 1,000,000% totally wrong. I'm just wrong about it. I guess I need to darken. Oh, another thing. So like I don't know why my day is so busy. So I had this long conversation with my friend, had to speak on the friend with my superiors, had to have a meeting with them. Then I had to run errands. So all that put me behind. I actually got trapped out of my apartment for a minute because a U-Haul parked in front of my apartment and like the avenue to get in is so I had to like park 300 feet away, 100 meters away from my apartment and walk physically to it to go back to it because I forgot something, right? And then I go to run my errands. I get stuck behind a little old lady that is traveling less than half the speed limit. I finally get back and on my front doorstep a day early, so hooray, is my new chair. I got my new chair. But I got here at 2:45 and I'm like, I can do it. I can do it, chat. I can put it together in 15 minutes. There's no way I can't. I open that box and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it, chat. There's no way I'm putting it together in 15 minutes. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to be able to do it, which means that I don't get the nice big comfy chair for today's stream. I don't have a good camera angle to put the chair together, I don't think. Otherwise, I would consider it. Like, see, the problem with this chair, see how it leans back like this? How it does this? It's actually not supposed to do that. All of the settings, all the different angles that you could sit it at, the teeth have broken off. So it just goes. And I actually loosened this so that it was easier to do this. Because if you actually tighten the back of this, it's like a spring on your back. It will throw you out of the chair. Like, it was so bad. I would stand up, and if my back didn't immediately leave the back of the chair, it would push the chair away from me. Like, it sprung that much. Like, it would push into my back and kick out. Scare the shit out of the cat. I don't even know if I have the tools and stuff to put it together. What is that thing on your wall? You have asked this before. This is a doorknob stop. We have had this conversation. Yeah, it's a doorknob stop. It's to prevent a hole from getting in the drywall. So there's door stoppers that are sometimes at the base. This one is where the knob is. Yeah. Yeah, he slept in. I remember. You remember? I remember. Hold up. All right. Let's see. What do I need to do? I need to grab half of you guys aren't even going to be in Discord, I don't think, to watch Five Nights at Freddy's, which is sad. You should. Also, didn't someone already share a link? Hang on. Oh, if you did, it has been lost to the sands of time. Driving through the neighborhood be like, some areas got 20 inches of snow today. Was completely drained when I got home. Holy shit. Wow. So we get weather like this sometimes where I live. I'm glad that this didn't start playing in the background because if it had, I wouldn't know. I don't have my headphones plugged in. But we get weather like this sometimes. It's incredibly hilly where we live, but back in 2015, 2016, we got much more than this. I think it was like March of 2016 was like 5 or 6 feet. They had to declare a state of emergency for the entire state. And I remember because I'm in the medical field, like I still have to go to work, right? I remember having this guy in a four-wheel drive truck driving me to work, and uh, there was a tractor, not a snowplow, a tractor that they had to use to clear the roads because the snowplows were sliding all over the place. They couldn't get enough traction to prevent them from getting in accidents, so they sent people in like yellow tractors to go scoop out the roads. And I'm watching a tractor, right, drifting around a corner because it was so incredibly slick that the tractor with the teeth, right, still could not prevent itself from sliding all over the place. It was actually hilarious. It's like that drifting tank meme. You guys ever seen that? It's like a little anime where they're like drifting tanks. That's what that tractor looked like. It was wild. I'd never seen that before in my life. What had happened is that the ice and snow had got so compactified in the tracks, right? They had gotten caught in the teeth of the tracks and hardened because of the weight of it moving, that it basically turned the tracks into dragging slicks. A dragging slick or a drag slick is a slicks on big slick tires on the back of a car used for drag racing. No, those are slicks, but that's what it turned the tractor's tracks into. So, all right, hang on, boys. Hang on. I will be right back. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. I'm going to make it dark in here, I think. I'm trying to think. Yes, FNAF movie today. Yeah, it's on Peacock. I have Peacock. So, here. I can do some of this stuff on stream. Hold up. Pull my pants up because they're trying to fall. There we go. All right, we got our lighting system rigged up. Oh, I forgot I turned the brightness of this way down. So that will go back down whenever we start the movie. Half of you probably not even going to be in there. Oh, the headphones. I'll be right back. I will probably put a pizza in the oven right around the time we switch from Twitch over to Discord so that I can enjoy something while watching the movie. Let's make sure the audio is actually, yep, okay. On, boo-doo-doo-doo. Beautiful. All right, we got headphones going. What is this? Oh, shoot, one more thing. Dismiss. Hang on, one more thing. Uno más, por favor. Or uno momento. Listen, chat. If we're going to be watching anything about flying, I've got to put my cool aviators on, okay? What I should do is put like a vaguely revealing chick on the screen, and then you guys can look at the image and the reflection. Hang on. I'm going to see if this works. Please don't be wildly inappropriate. I swear I'm not looking at bikini girls at all, Chad. I swear it's not. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, they're fake polarized. They're not real polarized. They're too cheap to be. There was no nudity in that. It was just a girl in a bikini. If Amaranth can suck on a fake ear while wearing a thong, I think you guys can look at the reflection of a not naked girl. It'll be fine. All 8 of you just ban me immediately because of that. All right, hang on. I need to make sure this is selected. There we go. People have been messaging, or things have been showing up here lately. Not to do what I have done. The Animals, House of the Rising Sun. What I will say is the lead singer of the Animals, Eric something, was deeply embedded in the scene. And the person who discovered Jimi Hendrix's body called him before they called emergency services to recover it. There's like a lot of conspiracy theories about it. Of course, Jack would clip it to try and get me banned. Thanks, Jack. I don't even need to look at it to know what it is. Oh, it looks really good. So is this like a sequel, a DLC? What is this? I probably should have already been really into this game, because as much as I loved aircraft as a kid, long before I knew my vision was bad, you guys don't understand, I was super obsessed with military aircraft as a kid. I had a schizophrenic uncle. I shouldn't have to preface it with that, but he was, who also was kind of obsessed. And we used to make model planes and stuff when I was young. And when I went to the library, I would check out these giant encyclopedias of military aircraft. And it's been a long time. Like, God, I must have been in like the 2nd or 3rd grade. But I probably was one of the only 3rd graders on the planet that could identify everything. I mean, literally everything. I had, like, my 2 favorite aircraft were the SR-71 and the A-10 Warthog. Like, 2 polar opposite things. A plane built around a gun and a plane that was built like a spaceship were like my 2 favorite planes. Dude, it looks really good. Wow. I would love to have like... Okay, so long before the A-10 became cliche, it's like liking Nickelback when they're a small band playing local clubs, okay? Right? Long before it became one of the most popular planes in the world, I loved it. And unironically, you have to understand, this would have been like 95, 94, 95. So you're talking almost 30 years ago, long before it became like a cliche to like the A10 Warthog. But I loved it. I was obsessed with that. Oh, you got 2 inches of steel behind your head protecting you from death? Oh, you built this gun, this gigantic fucking Gatling gun, and you're like, shit, how can we put this in the air? It's a cool plane. Is it overrated now? Yeah. Was it at the time? No.
Look at the DCS F4E, our love letter to the legendary Phantom II.
So the so the SR-71, the A-10 Warthog, and actually the F-15 Eagle they were my top 3. And I liked the Eagle because my father was in the Navy when I was a kid. So I've seen them like in person. When we're on base and stuff, they would do like flybys and stuff. But also because of a movie that came out when I was a kid, but I don't remember the name of it. It might have been Navy SEALs or something like that. I don't remember. But there was a movie that showed a lot of F-15 Eagles when I was a kid, or what I thought were Eagles, and I fucking loved them.
We've spent the last 2 years working hard on our recreation of this iconic aircraft.
Oh my God, Navy SEALs is such a horrible movie, by the way. I haven't seen it in forever, but it's so ridiculous.
We've aimed at creating a more detailed simulation than ever before, rooted in accurate physical models. We've rebuilt Jester AI.
But yeah, I would have been
Learning tools, plus a few extras here and there.
8. So 96. Yeah, about 96.
We started our Phantom journey by traveling.
Wow, the reflections in the water physics look really good if that's actual in-game. Wait.
Laser and photogrammetry
Okay, this is real. Never mind.
part of the aircraft. It's
Unreal Engine got me like, is this real?
material.
Have you seen Top Gun? I check it out. Oh yeah, I've watched both the original and the reboot. Love both of them.
We've individually hand-placed thousands of rivets, screws, and other details.
Although a part of me would argue that the original film is secretly a gay love story. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way at all. I do not mean that to be disparaging or homophobic or anything like that. But literally the attractive female in it, right, is effectively rejected by Tom Cruise's character, or at least put on the back burner. And the next time we see her, she's made herself look like a tomboy. She's like extra masculine in an elevator, I think it is. And the interactions between the Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer's character in any other situation would feel like sexual tension. I watched a thing on this, and now I can't unsee it. A bunch of sweaty, attractive guys running on the beach, competing and wrestling with each other, right? The hot female put on the back burner, you know, because he prefers to be with the boys. There is a little, yeah, there's homoeroticism in it. And I don't mean that in a negative way at all. The same can be said for Fight Club. Fight Club is another one of those where I'm like, it's like a bunch of naked Greeks wrestling each other, you know? Everyone is sweating so much in the first one. Yeah. So, yeah, I have to be very careful about saying that because people will think that I'm trying to be an ass. I'm not. I don't care. I still enjoy the films. I'm a cisgendered white guy. I still think they're great films.
Based on laser and photogrammetry data.
I will. Here, just give me a minute.
Maximum accuracy.
Man, photogrammetry is amazing, but there is a newer thing.
World. Pilot modeling has been
Oh, I can't think of what it's called. Hey, Alfred.
Focus on the most important parts.
The mustache, obviously super important. You know, the guy who wrote this is like with special details on the most important parts, and then they zoom in on the stash.
With special focus on the most important parts. During early
I
access,
love it. The stash is the most important part, chat. The planes, who cares? The dog fighting, who cares? The stash, we can't. We have to pay extra attention.
we'll also be introducing a character customization feature, which will allow you to outfit your pilot just as you see fit. Coolness factor included. Building the Phantom also means creating all.
Dude, I'm gonna have to get DCS now. I'm gonna have to. Heat Blur casually announcing custom pilots, which is completely unheard of. Yeah, I wish I knew more about DCS so that I understood that, like, the overarching implications of this. Oh, Captain, I didn't mean to miss you, bro. Hang on. I swear I'm not looking at bikini girls at all, Chad. I swear it's I swear I'm not looking at. Okay, Jack, that's good funny, bro. That is actually good funny. I approve. Oh, if you showed something else, I missed it though. It got buried. All right, Nay test stream. Let's check this out. I kind of want to put my sunglasses back on because I look so cool. Okay, hang on. So you sent me a message that basically said if you rescale output to 4K, it encodes at 4K. So if you have a 1080p video, right, it scales the output to 4K, then encodes. So it doesn't encode it at 1080 and then scale it. Is that what you were getting at? I wasn't sure exactly what you meant by the message. And also, is scaling up more encoder intensive than scaling down? I feel like it wouldn't be. So if I wanted to, right, I could scale up the quality of video. It'd be like, what, DLSS or whatever? And it's in a similar vein as that. End up with a higher quality stream with only a little bit extra burden on the encoder. So should I be scaling all my streams up to make them look super sick for YouTube? Also, Chad, I got news. Chat. Holy shit. No, rescale output just rescales an encoded video. I thought it would affect encoding. Oh, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. That's interesting. I'll get to your video here in a second, Jack, but there is something I want to say really quick. Twitch has done the thing that I have argued that they should do for a long time. And I missed it somehow. I fucking magically missed it, chat. What they're going to do is they are going to allow restreaming. They are allowing restreaming. You can now stream to multiple platforms and be an affiliate. I think I might go affiliate. I think I might actually do it. Because if I'm allowed to stream to multiple platforms, then I can be an affiliate, right? And on top of that, there are now plugins that allow you to encode each individual stream. So I could have one encoded video being sent to YouTube, say at 15K, and one encoded video being sent to Twitch at 7K. Outside of Twitch and YouTube, there's not really a point in streaming anywhere else. So I can drop restream, not have to pay the money, and instead of recording video direct to my machine, instead use that extra encoding power to send two different streams to two different platforms. Now, I used to record at 15K and stream at 7K, and it worked. So there's no reason I couldn't stream at 7K to one place and 15K to the other. It should take the same amount of encoding power. Will it cause encoding overloads in certain cases? Yes. But in other cases, it would be fine. Like, I think that that's an interesting thing. I want to test it out. I want to see if my graphics card is good enough to actually do it. And then I would stream specifically to YouTube and Twitch, right? And get affiliate. I don't think I'd make any money from it, but it would open up a lot of things. So yeah, I have to rig up like text. There's a lot of stuff. So before I make any major changes to the stream, I actually need to not upgrade my machine necessarily, but I need to reinstall Windows. I need to put in a fresh installation of Windows, get everything set up again. And when I do that, like, I want to make some changes to OBS, to my scene structure. You know, I want to update things. I'm inspired by Questron on all these really cool things that I could do in stream to make the experience a lot of fun. But I don't want to invest all that time in it just for my machine to be like, I can't do it. You know, it bleeds out in my arms like a 19-year-old in Europe in World War II. You know, I probably should go ahead and I'm going to probably upgrade the hard drive to a 2 terabyte instead of a 1 terabyte. Migrate a lot of things over to my 8 terabyte little NAS hard drive I have over here, update all of my scenes and stuff, and then we'll have a fresh installation with a fresh set of scenes, and then go affiliate, and it'll be cool. Hopefully everything will be cleaned up, fresh and new. The grass will be greener for at least a month. It'll be sick. By the way, the AI backseaters VA recorded all lines, which is around 1,000 in VR, while actually backseating for one of the devs. That is insane. That is actually insane. Everybody is showing up today. You're all going to leave me when I get on Discord. You know you are. You're all going to leave me when I get on Discord. You're going to go, all right, I'm sorry, but I have to go. No. All right. I want to, so he doesn't have, you're lying. Nick Cage isn't in jail. Hang on. What? Arrested in New Orleans on charges of domestic abuse and, oh my God. Like, how bad is the domestic abuse? I don't want to read this whole article. Was he being emotionally abusive, or did he beat the hell out of somebody? Cage and his wife were standing in front of the residence that he insisted was the property the couple was renting. She disagreed, and Cage grabbed her by the upper arm and pulled her to what he believed was the correct address. There was no visible signs of injury, so that's what he did. Now, I'm not... Yeah, you're right. This is 2020. I'm not saying this is cool. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't grab people, right? But I was raised in a home with, like, serious domestic abuse. I watched my mother's boyfriend do some really, really terrible things when I was young. And it is light years worse than this. Yeah, that sucks. You shouldn't grab people, okay? The only time I grab somebody is if the amount of damage they're going to do to someone else or themselves is greater than the damage that would be caused by me grabbing them. That's how I view it. Grab. You shouldn't grab people. In fact, in my line of work, you always keep your hands open. You don't like grab an arm, you know. You're allowed to deflect. They come at you with a knife or a pencil or something. You can deflect, you can use pads, but you shouldn't grab people as a general rule. You have to be very, very careful about all of that. But yeah, that still sucks. He shouldn't have done that. He was probably drunk and being stupid, and I'm not giving him an excuse, but if you get aggressive when you drink, you should maybe not drink. Just a thought. Just a thought. All right. Back to this Nahi video really quick, and then to Jack's video. I want to know what the resolution of this is. Wait, what is this down here? Oh, I can cheat. Okay, so it's a variable bitrate around 750, it looks like. Wait. No. 1,000? Yes, this is a 1,701 kilobytes per second, and this is the quality at 1080p. It's a 30 FPS. Oh, you can't see this. Hold on, chat. I'm nerding here really quick. Hold on. I gotta make you go away too. I'm sorry. Camera, where are you, camera? Go away, camera. There we go. All right, so this is stats for nerds, right? We've got a audio bitrate of 116, but it goes up to like 126, 128. So I think it's basically 128. It's a variable bitrate for the video, right? So it does bounce around. But you have to understand the quality of this. This video is being encoded at 6,000 kilobytes a second less than mine. I stream my videos at 7,750 kilobytes a second, which is like the max you can get away with on Twitch, right? So this is literally 6,000 kilobytes a second less. You could fit a whole second stream in the gap between his bitrate and mine. What did you do? Why'd you take it away? Captain. No, Captain, don't do it. Don't do it, Captain. Why? He did it. Why did he do it? What is this? Yeah, that sucks. You shouldn't grab people. You shouldn't grab people. The only time I... Yeah, that sucks. You shouldn't grab... Fuck. Okay, dude. Damn, Jack is on it with the funny-ass clips today. Hang on. You shouldn't crab people, okay? Wait. Do I have the video? Yeah.
I think it's wrong they make cisgendered people share a bathroom. It must be so hard for you. Anyway, I've got a problem, new kid. I'm like you, an outsider. I've been watching as adults in our town act stranger and stranger, but nobody will listen to me. I started cross-referencing everyone's Instagrams to see what kind of connection I could find, and that's when it happened. Somebody canceled my cellular data plan. My phone is
What?
dead. Whoever did
wait.
this has to pay. I'm going to the mobile company to find out.
Welcome to D-Mobile. Can I help you?
Crab people. Crab.
Mobile stores like people.
So stupid. It's so stupid. But now me saying crab people is forever a meme. The glasses one was funny. I'm actually really thankful that when you cut that clip, that it was when I was looking at the wall of images and not the last image I looked at, because the last image I look at was a little... Online channels? Where are you? I got the music. Hang on, reload. Is it? Is it or is it a lie? Is it or is it a lie? Okay. Oh, okay, sure. I see it. Oh, it's hidden. Ooh. Ooh, fancy. I want to see this bitrate really quick. Yeah, I need to look at stats for nerds. It's calculating the bitrate. Yeah, 1700 for this? When there's a lot of things on my screen, the quality of my stream looks worse than this. Ooh. But it broke again. So there might be some stability issues there, bro. Just a thought. I don't know, but there could be. There could be. There was one more thing that Jack shared. I gotta see. I told him I would look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is so accurate, because I was talking about drifting a tractor, tank drifting anime. I don't remember the name of the anime. Yeah, Grillson Panzer, yeah. I'm gonna have to watch this anime because it's super sick. But this is basically what the tractor was doing during that blizzard. Come on. Drift it for us. Yeah. You can actually drift a tank. A guy proved that you could. Basically, the massive code change that sped up SVT AV1's slowest presets by 50 to 100%. Insane. Can't do 60 FPS yet on preset 6, but yeah. So I was playing around with AV1, and one issue that I had with AV1 when recording videos was that it was unstable. It felt really, really unstable. It would crash OBS a lot. I don't know why, but it really wanted to crash OBS. Give me a second. Oh, I haven't played this in forever.
Kurwa! Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle! Bober! Bober, nie spierdalaj, mordo! Chodź tu, kurwa, do mnie, Bober! Ale ty jesteś, kurwa, duży, ty! Bober!
I love you Finnish
Ale
people.
fajny Bober!
Okay, beautiful. Awesome. All right, we're only going to watch another meme or two, and then we got to get started. I want to get started around 4 so that we can get through the movie by 5:30, 6 o'clock, if possible. Yeah, I got to work out when I can play some Lethal Company with you. I was actually thinking if you guys are going to play tonight that we could play together, but I'm not going to be able to now because I have a brand new computer chair that arrived like 10 minutes before stream that I have to put together, and I don't want it to put together. I want it to magically assemble itself. No, I was talking about Crimson. Crimson and some of her friends play Lethal Company, and I need to actually make the time to play with them. I get real anxious playing with people I don't know, so I'm gonna have to fucking get over that for starters. But also, like, I was thinking, man, after watching FNAF, it would be cool to play Lethal Company if they were down. But I won't be able to tonight because I'm gonna have to put that stupid chair together. And honestly, I'm probably gonna put together my other bookshelf too, because if I'm going to be building one thing, I might as well build both the things. I have way more books than I have shelves. There are books everywhere. Oh, I'm sure they're great. It still makes me anxious. That's not your fault. It's just social anxiety. I will get over it. I will be okay. Yeah, let's see this and then I'll watch some clips.
Anything in there?
Yeah, man, no dice. There's nothing in here.
Well, you want to hurry up because there's something.
Oh, that was in Russian, so that wasn't Finnish. Man, but they're both Russo-Urgic languages. That's not fair. That's not fair. They both kind of similar. I don't want to say that. They don't sound that similar. There are similarities, but they don't sound that similar. It's like the difference between Dutch and German. That video with Bobby, I think they were saying that was Russian. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Russian is an Urgic language too, right? Pretty sure. What? What did they make that in? Wait, what did they make that in? I thought this was like, oh, someone got clever and recorded this in game somehow, but they couldn't have if they've added dude, right? Is this like Source Video Maker or whatever? Hang on. Pissy Chrissy, what a name. It's not as good a name as Sir Conquistador, but still pretty good. Oh, of course it's muted. Hang on. I hate.
What? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no. That's a very bad idea.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's on us. He's on the ship.
Shh.
They can hear you, right? Like they can hear you in game like you do. You have to be quiet.
You dumb
Nope.
motherfucker.
Nope.
You dumb motherfucker.
I'm out. Nope. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, it has. Yeah, there was a game back in the day called Manhunt that was that way. It was one of the first games I think that was built that way. It wasn't a multiplayer game as far as I know, but the idea was that you're like running away from serial killers and it would hear your mic volume. There's also that song, that game that Jack recommended I want to play where it's what is it? Don't Scream. I really want to play that because it also records and listens to you. And I actually saw a dude streaming it, which means that there is some setup where you can do that. Because I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to get killed by an alien or something because I'm going to be like, guys, I don't know. What should I do? You know, or telling a story or something, you know?
Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle!
Bobby! Dude, I just knew. I just knew. I somehow just knew that I timed it perfect and everything. I felt it in my bones.
The Finnish language, or suomen kieli, is the language spoken in Finland.
No shit.
It's not the most spoken language in the world. Neither it's not the oldest one, or even the hardest one to learn. But it's most definitely quite an interesting language. Many people have an image of the Finnish language being extremely hard, but many would argue that it's not that hard, it's just different.
Okay, so when I was studying Finnish in Duolingo, I did not find it hard at all. I picked up on a lot really quickly. My only comparison is Spanish because it's the only other language that I learned to become passable in, but I learned it about as quickly. Now, have I forgotten all that stuff because I haven't been practicing for like a year and a half? Absolutely. But when I was, it didn't seem like I had terrible pronunciation. I was understandable and I was memorizing words really, really quickly as well as phrases. It didn't seem that the issue is that I didn't get so far as to write. I can't. That's a good one, Sigurd. Reading and writing is where things get weird. Like I could probably learn Japanese passively, like to actually speak with people. But learning all the kanji would be a nightmare so that I could read. And then understanding like the order of operations that goes into sentence structure would be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare. Because in English being borrowed from Latin, generally you have subject, verb, object, right? So I walk home, right? But there's a million different ways to combine those in a lot of languages. In fact, the way you, I think the word is subjugate. Is that the correct word? It's not subjugate. I can't remember the name of the word, but the way that you alter the verb tells who is doing the thing. And you actually have this in Spanish. So you could say, you know, yo tengo, the O at the end of tengo implies the yo, implies the I. So you could just say tengo. So you could say, yo tengo el gato grande en mis pantalones, which is I have a big cat in my pants. But you can get rid of the yo at the beginning and just say, tengo el gato en mis pantalones. I have a cat in my pants. Conjugate. Thank you. Conjugate. That's I knew I was getting it wrong. It's because one of the hardest tenses to learn in Spanish is the subjunctive tense. And my brain from middle school has combined those two words to conjugate and subjunctive into subjugate, which I know is not correct because that's like what a tyrant might subjugate its people to horrors beyond comprehension or whatever. But that's borrowed from Latin. So in Latin, like the way you conjugate the verb will tell who the subject is or what the subject is. But there are languages where the order is whack. It is totally crazy. You could have, for instance, like verb, object, subject, right? Or you could have object, verb, subject. You can reorder those in a million different ways in a bunch of different languages. And Japanese is weird like that. I don't remember the order in Japanese, but a lot of their sentence structure is totally different than the way it is in English. Verb, subject, object, right? And that's the part that will break you when you're learning a language, is figuring out the order that things are supposed to go in. It can really, really break you, especially when you're trying to learn to read and write. Because now imagine you're learning Japanese. You need to learn like 4,000 kanji. You need to learn hiragana, especially, but katakana as well, to an extent, right? So you have like these 3 writing systems that you have to learn. And then you have to look at sentence structure and realize that the structure of the sentences is different than it is in English if you're an English speaker. And then you have to realize that even the way it's written is totally different. For instance, there are no spaces in hiragana, right? So in English, you would have like a word, a space, a word, a space, a word, a space, period, right? That doesn't work that way in Japanese at all. Korean is really, really weird too in the way that it's not really kanji, but in the way that its letters are put together. There's like 4 quadrants, and each quadrant tells a different part of whatever that word is. Alex was the one that told me that. I never actually studied Korean. But yeah, I think like actually pronouncing Finnish wasn't too difficult. Understanding what was being said wasn't too difficult, but I never got to the writing part, so I have no idea.
Nordic languages: Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and Icelandic. Learn one and you can basically handle the rest of them. And then there is Finnish, a completely different language from the other Nordic languages. Hence, it's more difficult. As mentioned in the beginning, the Finnish language is not particularly old. The spoken language is thousands of years old.
Conjugate?
Finnish
That's cute.
started to emerge as late as in the 1500s. The base for the written...
What I'll say about Japanese is, so many weebs want to learn Japanese that there is a lot of resources. There is actually a really good app for Android. I don't remember the name of it, but if you have a stylus, you can learn how to write all of the like kanji, katakana, and hiragana using a stylus in your phone. You can use your finger too, but it's more naturalistic to use a stylus. And you can actually practice all the individual symbols actually writing them. And then you combine that with something like Duolingo to understand your reading and your pronunciation, and you combine all those together, you can do pretty good. But it's a very, very different language from English.
Finnish.
The languages I hear that people have the most trouble with are Mandarin, Korean, Japanese, and Arabic. They're the ones that, for whatever reason, English speakers struggle with the most learning. You give them a Latin-based language, like Italian or French or Spanish, they can pick it up pretty quickly, but they really, really struggle with those languages. Like in Arabic, things are written backwards, right? Am I wrong? But aren't things written from right to left in Arabic? And then in Japanese, they're written from top to bottom. And then in English, they're left to right. So even the damn direction that you read things is different.
Made by a dude called Mikael Agricola. Agricola was
Bring back the Tower of Babel, chat. Hang on.
language is thousands of years old, but the written Finnish started to emerge as late.
Wait, so do you I don't mean literally backwards, but do you read from right to left, but then the individual words are left to right? If that is the case, then I'm not doing that. I'm never learning Arabic because that is too much. I just assumed you read from right to left, period. Oh, okay.
As in the 1500s.
You had me. Man, you had me.
Base for the written Finnish was made by a dude called Mikael Agricola. Agricola was a bishop and a reformer. The big idea at the time was to make it so that everyone could read the Bible in their own native language.
That's fair.
Thus, Agricola had to basically invent a written form for Finnish.
Oh.
The first book written in Finnish was Agricola's translation, se Uusi Testamentti. Finnish is a phonetic language.
Is it really a dead language? Well, wait, how influential? Okay, we have got to watch this movie here in a minute, but how influential is the language? That's another question. Like, you can make that argument for Latin, right? But if you ask anybody who knows Latin really well, they would say that it's actually an immortal language because parts of it have ended up in so many languages, especially the Romance languages. If you speak traditional Arabic, you'll be laughed at? Really? So you have to learn a specific dialect of a specific region if you don't want to be laughed at. So it's like Cantonese. Like, you want to impress somebody with your Chinese, speak Cantonese, not Mandarin. Especially if they come from a region where Cantonese is spoken, or Fujianese is another one.
That the written form is the same as the spoken form, and this makes it easy to learn Finnish. As it is well known, this is not the case in English, and thus you need phonetic symbols. If you encounter a strange word, you can't possibly know what
So
the
the
correct
trick
way
is
is
to learn
pronounce
Lebanese.
it, and you must guess.
Note to self.
Game? What's a game?
I just kind of wish I lived in an area where I would actually be able to speak the languages. That's a big reason why, like, I used to live in a place where Spanish was spoken a lot. So I wouldn't say I was like native, but I was fairly fluent. There was a time when I could conversate pretty easily in Spanish. My pronunciation might have not been perfect, but I understood enough of what was being said and understood how to say enough that I could, like, if you dropped me in Mexico, I wouldn't die, right? But now I live in a place where no one speaks Spanish to speak of at all. So there's no way to practice. That is super cool. I will think about it. I don't know if I'm ready to pick up another language yet.
A really good example of this is Mercedes. In English, it has.
Because I tried it with Finnish and
but in Finnish,
I realized the only people I could talk to were chat.
Mercedes. In English, it has 3 different E's in it, but in Finnish, it's just Mercedes. Easy.
Oh.
Finnish is quite a simple language.
I'm gonna finish this
Many
video.
of the words in Finnish are quite literal. For example, a fridge. It is a closet-like object and it's cold inside. And originally, it used ice to lower the temperature.
Did they say ice closet?
It is called jääkaappi, literally meaning ice closet.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll give you another example. A computer. You use it to gather valuable information, and it's a machine. It is only natural that
We
it
call
is
it an
called
information machine?
tietokone, or knowledge machine.
Sure, okay.
It seems that the vocabulary in Finnish is not as large than what it is in English. This is demonstrated well with a legendary example, kuusi palaa, which can be translated to multiple different meanings.
Okay, yeah, no, don't do that. Stop it, Finland. Stop. Don't do that. Stop that. No, we don't need this. I don't need this kind of negativity in my life. Okay? That like homophones in English are already hard enough. Right? I don't need there, and there, you know? Their cat is they're taking their cat there actually makes sense. But it's awful. We shouldn't even be doing that.
This is a great source of comedy, but at the same time confusing as hell.
Yeah.
For example, you strongly agree with someone and you might say, sanoppa muuta, which
Wait. If you repeat those expressions, people might run away. What expression? I'm confused.
literally means, say muu. But what if you say the opposite? Älä muuta sano. Don't say muu. Well, that can be used in the exact same context. One thing that makes learning Finnish easy is the fact that you don't have to remember to specify the different pronouns between males and females. You can just say hän.
Oh, okay. No gendered pronouns. That's actually very useful. Everything in Spanish and Latin is gendered. They all sound aggressive, but they're not.
This makes Finnish
It's like German. I saw a girl cry in German the other day. It was so confusing. It was so confusing. Because I just expect them to sound angry. And somehow still kind of did. But also, from the perspective of native English speakers, German sounds like an angry language. It sounds like everything you say in German is meant to be mean. I feel like I'm being cussed out whenever a German tries to have a casual conversation with me, right? So when I saw a girl crying about her homework in German, my brain like shorted out. It didn't know. Okay, the reason why it shorted out was because like the empathetic response was to feel sorry for this person that was crying. But the nature of the language makes it sound mean, and it was really weird to have like this complex emotion that was somewhere between despair and anger. It was very emotionally confusing to my American ears.
is an excellent language for the sake of gender neutrality. Why bother yourself learning thousands
Okay, see,
just learn Finnish.
Crimson is kind of getting what I'm getting at. Yeah. It was emotionally confusing. I still understood that she wasn't being mean or angry. She was just sad. But the language sounds like an angry language to Americans especially. So my brain was like, I feel like if I had a significant other that spoke German and they devolved into German when we got in an argument, that's what it would have sounded like.
Whether a person identifies themselves as a man, woman, cat, or a battle helicopter.
German is very staccato.
To that person in Finnish.
Right, so you have rough letters from the throat in Arabic, but in German, everything is so staccato. It's very sharp.
As hän.
I like that Han is
Give
just
you an
everything.
example.
Han.
If we try to say the following sentence, what pronoun do we use for helicopter?
Oh
In
god.
Finnish, this is no problem. Sauli väittää olevansa helikopteri, ja siksi hän on outo. Because we didn't
I
have the
identify.
correct pronoun,
Helicopter
avoided using
in its face.
an incorrect one, no one's feelings were harmed. One aspect where foreigners can struggle when learning Finnish is compounds.
You also have super words in German. Like there are words that aren't really German words, but that are words that consist of German because you just combine different pieces of different words to make a bigger word. Like I'm pretty sure Schadenfreude isn't actually a German word, but it became such a common thing, especially in the United States, that we just use it, which is like taking enjoyment at the expense of someone else, right? Pleasure in someone else's pain, Schadenfreude, right? But I'm pretty sure that's not actually a German word. Somebody who probably didn't even speak German just took bits of German and smooshed them together.
In Finnish,
And it became a thing.
I notice because many native Finns can't always figure them out, me included. But usually, a quick Google search is all you need.
That's another thing that I hate about you Finns. Why does not need to be used this much? Why do you use this many Ys? YHDYS. YHDYSSAN.
In most of the cases,
It is an actual proper. Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was or not. But somebody, I did have a conversation with someone who spoke German, who was talking about like German super words, where you can smush a whole bunch of like separate German words or parts of words together to make a greater word. And you end up with these ridiculously long words in German that make sense if you know German. And I think what it was we were having a conversation about Welsh, because the Welsh are really bad for this. That have like 21, 30 letters in a word. Like let's just stop. Let's just not do that.
understand a text even when there are compounds errors, so they are not that big of a deal. But misusing compounds is the most effective way to anger grammar Nazis. Now then, if you yet don't understand Finnish, should you learn it? I don't know. Are there more useful languages in general to learn? Definitely. But learning Finnish could also be beneficial. Naturally, visiting or living in Finland would be much easier. You would also understand better the Finnish humor, so that would be nice. On those rare occasions when Finnish is used in the pop culture, you can be like this.
I understood that reference.
On a second thought, you definitely should learn Finnish. As demonstrated.
See, I had a feeling that Sigourney would appreciate because the Irish do this sometimes. Is that a Gaelic word? Or is that a Welsh word? It looks like a Welsh word, not a Gaelic word, but it could be either. Because Gaelic kind of does this too.
In this video, it's not that hard, and you should develop sufficient skills to get you through everyday situations.
It's a Welsh town, yeah. See, not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Mitä sinä tarvitset? Olutta.
We're just talking about how weird all our different languages are.
Olutta.
Ja tietysti hyvää suomalaista.
Olutta.
I actually do really like the way that Finnish sounds, though. It has a very interesting sound to it. I think Welsh does too. But yeah, there is a Welsh town weather report. You can hear this person use this word. Yeah.
Now today we had a big contrast in temperature across the UK, just 12 degrees over coastal parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, go get a Quindrobol, Llantysilio go.
Excuse me? Fucking excuse me? What was that? Can you repeat that, please?
Parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, go get a Quindrobol, Llantysilio go.
What? Why? Why? It reminds me of that girl where this guy's like, I think your speech impediment is so cute. And she's like, I don't have a speech impediment. I'm just Welsh.
I'm just Welsh.
Wow. Also, you're missing 2 of my links. Oh, there's so many links. Yeah, hang on. Jack also posted some things. Let's see. There was the extra. Is this one I already have? No, it is not. Hang on. Holy crap. There's too many links, chat. Let me play catch up.
You're carrying that shit. Oh, dude, what is that? Is that a mine?
I've seen this. Dude, what's that? Is that a mine? Hang on. What we got? Oh, Bobber. I saw a cat do that. Earlier. So it actually made me feel bad. I was going to mention this on stream. So there's my neighbor's cat tries to sneak into the apartment all the time, right? Tries to sneak into the apartment all the time because it knows that I have food here, right? And she's very sweet. She's got a bell around her neck and stuff. But here's the thing. She likes to get into a hissing fit with me where she will like yell at me as a cat. And so I very gently patted her on the back of her butt, right? I just went boop. Not hard at all, right? Just because she wouldn't decide whether she was going to stay in or go out. And I was about to start streaming. But when I did that, the way she behaved disturbed me. She ran out and then continued to react like she was like something was still attacking her. And it made me feel so sorry, like I'm not doing that again. Because somebody, I don't know who, somebody or something has been attacking that poor cat. It makes me feel so sad. Because she reacted as a creature that had been attacked before. I have to catch up with chat. Give me a minute. I'm still back on links. Yeah, those are F-15 Eagles. Really cool plane. Hang on. All right, I got it. I'm trying to catch up with everything. Hang on. Okay, yeah, no, don't do that. Stop it, Finland. Stop. Don't do that. Stop that. No, we don't need this. I don't need this kind of negativity in my life. Okay? It's so true. Like homophones in English are already hard enough. Okay, yeah, no, don't do that. Stop. God, all the links. Can you repeat that, please?
Parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, go get a Quindrobol, Llantysilio go.
Why? Dude, What was that? Can you repeat that, please? Man, Jack's on the ball today. He's catching all the good stuff. It means St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool and the Church of St. Cecilio of the Red Cave. So that, very, very soon. So that actually makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. It's probably way simpler to pronounce if you know Welsh because it's just a bunch of words mushed together. I have to go way back for those links because I missed them. Whose links was it that I missed? Hang on. You missed one of mine too. Crimson. I need a way to search through chat. Here, repost it. That'll be easier. Repost Xilinx. Bong. Oh, extra? You're cheating.
Shit.
Okay.
I knew
Well,
it.
Wasn't there?
think-
Oh. I love the audio effects.
Scream?
Just see him pull the pin out and look at me.
Beautiful. I love it.
Why are you going?
Didn't you share like a Valorant clip too? Yeah, because it muffles everything. I actually love that the audio effects are so good. The audio effects in the game are so good. Like, Dark and Darker does the same thing.
Talking to like a Michelangelo in my time, right? Like I'm a genius, Albert Einstein level history bookmaker. You're gonna be forgotten like the dust in the sand when you're in the fucking Sahara and there's 100 million, 1,000 billion fucking sand particles. You're gonna be one of those, and I'm gonna be a statue erected in gold. So understand.
I think you're smart.
Right.
I think you're being an idiot.
Of course, and people can do that.
You probably are extremely drunk, or
No, I'm
maybe
not.
you're like this. If you're actually not,
I am
you're
like
just
this
an
because
idiot.
ADHD, autism, neurodivergent.
I have ADHD as well.
Right, but because you said that's what the mask is, I think you're a fag.
It's crazy that those two people know each other. But shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, Dark and Darker also does this. I'm pretty sure it's Dark and Darker is the name of the game. It's yeah, hardcore fantasy dungeon FBS game that is sort of like Tarkov, but where you raid caves, like goblin caves and stuff. It's a looter shooter sort of, but they also add effects to the vocals. So like if you're in a big cavern and there's like an enemy, like the PvP element, there's an enemy guy who's on another team, like with this group, and he's talking to them. It sounds like his voice is echoing through the cave. So they hear what comes over the mic. And it's actually really cool, the effects. And there's also, like, I've been watching this guy do these 0 to hero playthroughs. Takes like 30 minutes for him to go from no money, no nothing to raiding a couple of these dungeons. It's really got me wanting to play the game. But there's actually really clever tricks that you can do. Like one thing you can do is take your boots off. If you take your boots off, your footsteps are quieter. And if there are goblins and stuff in the cave, you just sound like another goblin. So the footsteps get ignored. So if you want to sneak up on somebody that you know is in the room with you, you take your boots off, you sneak up to them, use invis or stealth or whatever, then you quickly put your boots back on and engage in combat. Actually kind of legit, super cool. And one thing I noticed about Dark and Darker and Lethal Company is the effects they use on vocals are mint. They are so good. Also, I need to see this jetpack video before we watch the movie. I'm going to watch someone explode in a jetpack because fucking hilarious. Then we're going to wrap up Twitch and watch FNAF. Yeah. Yeah, like it actually interacts with, so like when I think I missed one. Hang on. Did I? How many did Crimson share? So this is the OB Shark, right? Yep.
Yo.
Kristen,
Oh shit.
I can't hear you talking.
My fucking mic muted.
Oh my
itself.
god.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah, I
bought.
realized at the same time.
Wait.
It's hard to fucking control, but it.
Yeah, looks like
Okay, that was sick though.
Oh, what? You can actually control it? I thought it just spins you
Okay, that's
Oh, no.
no.
He's going into the river. He's going into the water. No.
Oh no.
Jetpack. No.
That was expensive. How much did you pay?
$350. It was
That's
half
so
off.
good. Holy shit.
Amazing.
Yo.
Kristen,
Oh shit.
I can't hear you talking.
My fucking.
I watched your video you uploaded after us. This one, Bobby. We were laughing about it, and chat started sharing Bobby memes with me. You missed it, bro. What the hell?
What the fuck did he just say?
Wait, what?
12 o'clock. Missile, 12 o'clock. Hot. We're at boot to go plaid.
What the fuck did he?
I heard hot missile 12 o'clock. A blue go to play.
What did he say?
We're at boot to go plaid.
Okay, they made that good. Hold on. All right, boys, we gotta hurry up though. We gotta watch some FNAF. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Did I see a Hitler mustache when this loaded in? Hang on a second. You laugh, you... Hang on. Hang on. Yes, I did. I saw a Hitler mustache. What are you sharing with us?
He sneezes like a girl. Well, he screams like a girl. Yeah.
He pees like a girl.
Oh, he was in a wheelchair. Oh my god. Dude, that is so awful. I just got it. Yeah, we're not gonna. Prob's too long. Wait. We're probably not gonna watch all this one either because it's 11 minutes. I have to jump through these. I'm giving you guys until 4:30 at the latest.
Anything to miss?
Also, Foo Fighters, so good, dude. The Foo Fighters are so good. You know why the Foo Fighters, why David Grohl's guitar playing sounds the way it does? I actually saw an interview with him recently where he explained that he came from a drumming background. And so he thinks of the lower strings, like the low E string, as sort of a kick. And he thinks of all the individual strings as sort of like different percussive instruments, with like the hats and stuff being the higher strings. And then you go back and you listen to his rhythm guitar playing and you're like, holy shit, it actually makes sense. You know, kick snare with hi-hat, 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 hi-hat over top of it. And it actually makes sense because he does have a very unique way of playing guitar. And I just assumed that he was a good rhythm guitarist. It never even occurred to me that his background was, you know, drums, which of course it was because he was the drummer for Nirvana. I got a ton of clips of Lethal Company. I got to clip them into a compilation. That's a great idea. Have you been playing it here lately? They stole Cracker Milk's video, re-uploaded it back to YouTube. GG. Prob's too long now for that one. This one? What is this one?
12 o'clock.
No, not this one. You must have shared another one further back that I missed. Don't mean to be a party pooper, but isn't what progressive metal guitars? But yes, very similar principle. Yes, it actually is. Gent is very much about using the guitar as a complement to complex drum patterns, especially when you're doing like, oh God, I know the word. I'll just say complex time signatures or multiple overlapping time signatures. In fact, if you like listen to Meshuggah, a lot of their drum tracks are 4/4, but then you'll have like, you know, 17 over 16 guitar pattern sitting over top of it. But you're absolutely right, especially 8-string guitars. That lower string is basically a percussive instrument. Polyrhythmic, thank you. Haha.
I want you guys to feel what it's like to play DCS. Because truly, this is one of the only games that can get any emotion out of me anymore. In this engagement, I was flying against two flankers.
I watched this guy play Postscriptum the other day. It was very entertaining.
F-14B Tomcat. In total, I didn't know it while I was flying, but I dodged times 4 R-27 ERs, times 4 R-27 ETs, and 2 Archer missiles.
Wait. This guy dodged 10 missiles?
DCS is an adrenaline drug, and I'll show you why.
Now, I watched a jet pilot play this game the other day, and it was super entertaining. That's left. That's not right. I wish I could actually see the missile after him. Oh, I see it. Oh shit, is that a missile coming for him right there? The missile knows. Because the missile knows where it isn't. Oh, yeah.
You don't win all.
Right. He needs to evade to the right or evade to the left, but he pulled left when... Oh. I see what you're saying. It's saying that the missile's going to be on his right, so he actually needs to go left. Is that what you're
Player
saying?
engagements. All you can do is take down as many as you can with you. Even though in the end, you were never going to make it out alive.
Dude, there are so many. Oh, he fucking dodged it, bro. No, he didn't. Eject. Nice. I saw the wing at the last minute, and I'm like, oh no. I thought he dodged it like very, but he didn't. Damn, I lost a viewer. I went from 11 to 10. I'm very sad about that. It's not often that I sit above 10 viewers for a period of time. It's because of you, Mourner. All these DCS videos, man, they just don't care. I'm just talking shit. Listen. Oh, wait, sorry. There is one Jack video. No more links, boys, please. Hold on. No more, because we gotta watch FNAF. We gotta watch a movie. I was gone for a week. Come on. Oh, I love animals so much. Oh god, that actually fucking jump scared me, man. The last time I remember making a stranger laugh was because of all the koi fish at the zoo. They wanted food from me so bad. And I just remember like bending over the edge of a bridge and being like, I'm sorry, little buddies, but I don't have anything for you. And this random girl was just dying fucking laughing because of how sincere I was. I was so sincere, like, I'm so sorry. I can't feed you. It's like 2015 or something. Oh my god, dude, I totally thought I was getting a call. You fucked me up with that. What? Excuse me? They can't be real, right? Dude, I am very soft-hearted with animals. It's bad. Like, if I didn't enjoy eating meat, I probably would be a vegetarian. But I also kind of understand farming practices and how it's actually not good. Not actually that good for the environment. Being vegetarian or vegan is actually kind of bad. Especially like to grow tofu and stuff. But that's beside the point. I fucking love animals. I love animals a lot. I'm real weird about animals. I went off on a rant on a social media platform the other day talking about how we need to domesticate raccoons because they are great. I want one. I was like, why the fuck are we not domesticating these creatures?
What the fuck?
Wait, dude, no, let's not do this. Okay, let's not be no. That is super. I'm gonna get canceled, chat, and I didn't even do anything. All right, listen. I love you guys. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'm gonna probably like make a cup of coffee. I'm not really hungry, but I feel like I will be by the time the movie is over. I'll wait. I kind of want to start a pizza or something because I don't have a whole lot of food in the house right now. Everything has been so busy in the stores because of Christmas and Thanksgiving. Have you really? Okay, all right, listen. It'll be right around 4:30. Just give me about 3 minutes. I do need to use the restroom, get a cup of coffee and stuff. Get it queued up and we'll get started. I'll get started before I queue it up. That way, you know, I'm not just ditching you guys. But then I think after the movie, I'm going to put that chair together and we'll just have to wait till tomorrow. Oh. Sad story, man. I wish there was a way I could actually stream. I mean, you can kind of with Kick. there's like an other videos section that you can stream to, and people do just straight up pirate movies and shit in it. I thought about doing that. Just be like, screw it, let's watch it in this. But I feel like it's too dangerous. I don't want to get in a bunch of trouble on a platform. So that sucks. I'm sorry. You can still like join voice and hang out if you want or whatever. But yeah. All right. Well, I love you guys. Those of you that I don't see tonight, I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. And those of you who have the patience to wait it out, I'll be watching a movie in a minute. Yeah, I know. I didn't think you were going to abandon me. No, Crimson, don't leave. Don't leave me. No, I didn't. Yeah, we all got busy lives anyway. All right, guys. I will be back. Hardy har har. Gonk. You're good, dude. I'm literally about to get in Discord, man. If you get in Discord, we're gonna watch FNAF. You can hang out. You can come hang out. You always show up towards the end of the Twitch stream, but I'm gonna. You can't do that. Why? Why can you not do that? Oh shit. Okay, hang on. Well, I'm never gonna actually be able to watch this Teddy ass. My ass wasn't hanging out. Shut up. My shirt was pulled up a little bit, but you should add a music bot to the server. That's not actually a bad idea. Hang on. Did I get a direct message that I missed? No. Wow, a lot of stuff has been posted that I missed. I don't see anything from you, dude. Did you bury it somewhere? I will be okay. I will survive. But I'm curious what Gonk wrote. No, Jack, not doing it. Not doing it, Jack. I'm not gonna watch this video. Be back. Hardy har har. Screw you, man. Damn it. No, but seriously, what happened, Gonk? Are you okay? Are you alive? Here, I'll message you in Discord if I can find you. Is it an O for our Lord and Savior? I don't know. All right, listen. I'll message you in Discord after this, Gonk. If you can't join, that sucks, man. I'm sorry, but I'll be back tomorrow with a new fancy chair. So, for real this time. Bye-bye.